Good. Yeah, I think we're fine. Okay. Okay. Okay, what do we have? First off, we have no music, but that's okay. Huh. Doesn't matter. Okay. Let me check if we're good everywhere. We're good here, we're good there. At least I think we are. Yeah, I think we're okay. Okay. Okay, let's wait for people to arrive. Omoi wo tsunagaru is what you said, right? Doesn't that mean something like connect emotions or something like that? I don't know. Connect feelings? Huh, I don't know. Still need to gather more. Mabayu does not seem to be very popular. I thought that Mabayu was popular because she's the #2 character on the character popularity poll. But apparently not that many people are hype for the second Mabayu. Maybe because it's the same character model as the first one. But even so, people should be hyped. Yeah, come on. How can we not be hyped for Mabayu? What is that? No, YouTube, I do not want to do a members only live stream. No, I don't care if you think it makes me do more money. Come on, YouTube, stop it. I'm probably gonna have to put on music as well for the score attack, because I assume the score attack is also gonna have copyright music. Hey, welcome to stream, Ashley. How is it going? Oh my god, music? We actually have music for once? Might have to wait a little bit longer today for people to arrive. Also, this image right here is not even it's not even possible, but let's not worry about that. Hello, welcome, Nisonya at 195 for A2 of Halloween Mummy as a free-to-play. It's taking so long. Wow. I see you are quite dedicated. But if you really like Mummy, like if you're actually a big fan of Mummy, then A2 for Halloween Mummy sounds pretty darn good. This time you're not so late. Yeah, welcome to stream, Rubber Rampage. You're just about ready in time. I have not done rolls yet. I'm currently just waiting for people to arrive. But of course, as always, if people do miss the polls, every single stream is of course available as a VOD on my YouTube. I have a playlist for it as well. She's your favorite character in your second account meant to have every mummy that would release. That's gonna be a tough order because they're releasing so goddamn many mummies. And you know why that is, right? I think I said this last time as well, but the main reason they're releasing so many mummies is because they know that Mummy fans are willing to pay for it. Kyoko fans probably don't pay for multiple Kyokos because Kyoko fans, just like Kyoko, are poor, so they don't have the money to spend. A lot of Mummy fans turns out have a lot of money and are willing to part with it. And the developers know that. This does mean that the Mummy fans are basically the piggy bank of Madoka Magica fans. But hey, someone's gonna pay for the game. There are of course fans like me who are fans of a lot of characters. Mummy's not one of them. But there's probably more Mummy fans than people who are fans of like all the characters. Why is there still a thing here? I don't have the ability to do more. That is the game you're really gonna plan your plans wisely, and yeah, you always gotta plan more of your plans when you're making your plans. Welcome to the stream as well, Champion Knight, and everyone else who's joined in the meantime as well. No fan be coping for the tiniest thing possible. No, that's gonna happen. Like people aren't aware of this yet. Like it has to really sink in for a lot of people. Like really think about this. Null Magic Girl is going to happen at some point. That by itself is kind of absurd, but it will happen. That's insane, absolutely insane. Yeah, Null Magic Girl is going to be absolutely wild. No matter what you think is the craziest Madoka Magica spin-off, there is a correct answer to that. It's Null Magic Girl. Null Magic Girl is the craziest Madoka spin-off, and there's nothing else that even gets close to it. If you could ever get Gretchen as a boss fight, possible, but it's not something that I think is on the docket, really. Also, welcome to the stream, Gertju. So, what are we looking at, by the way? So, as far as breakers go, as far as void breakers go specifically, there's only really Alina. So if we get Mabayu, that means we have two void breakers, one for AoE, one for single target, and they both are absolutely perfect synergizing partners for Ren, meaning the Ren setup is busted, and it's only getting even more busted. You need cheese, baby? We all need cheese, baby. Except me. I don't actually care that much about cheese, baby, but no. The new Mabayu in the first temple today? Well, let's see if we can do that as well. Okay, we don't have anything else to do. Let's go ahead and look on Alice's game as well. It is time for us to gain a new character. Hopefully, I mean, we don't have enough for 200 pulls, so it's possible we just don't get her. But there's also a bunch of other characters we want. I want Ui from from Spooks. I want Ui from Spooks. I want Mabayu from Spooks. I want Alina from Spooks. There's a lot of characters that I want from Spooks. So even if we don't get Mabayu, there's still other characters that would be really good for our account. So let's just see what happens. Dynamite is also coming eventually. I think it's gonna come sooner than people think. Okay, nothing yet. Never mind. I didn't get any of the crazy things happening first, so let's see. That's good. That's also good because this might be surprising to a lot of people who have seen my account and seen how many Ascension 5 characters I have. I don't have a single healer Ascension 5. In fact, Kaede Ascension 2 was, I think, the best I had. Even though almost every single other character I have is 5-star, Ascension 5. I somehow didn't have a single healer more than 2 Ascensions. Insane. But yeah, I guess that's pretty good. Nemo Ascension 4 is also really good. Oh, that was inverted key, I think? Or was it not inverted key? I don't know. Got Nemo from key shots as well. Oh, I was hoping for a bait, but we didn't get a bait. Okay, not yet. You got the inverted key bait. Didn't sadly get it. No, nothing yet, but we got the key at least. And you already have the key. Come on, we got this. It's Mabayu. How could we not get her? How could we not get Mabayu, you know? Come on, we're actually getting close to the 100 already. Come on, we gotta get something in there. We gotta get something. We gotta have something. Just anything at this point. I mean, at this point, I'll just take anything. Come on. Where's the streamer lock? Can someone press the streamer lock button? I need streamer lock. Come on. Are you telling me that if you just play the game long enough, whenever you have good luck, it will also be countered by having bad luck some other time? That can't be right. I was told that some people just have more luck than other people. Are you telling me that it's all balanced? That luck ultimately balances itself out? That can't be right. That's not what I've been told. 12% chance, really low, it's not gonna happen. Oi is perfect. Absolutely perfect. I need Oi to be Ascension Force, so that is actually a really good spoof. Yeah, we have a key. Okay. Regular Mabayu would be absolutely insane. That's not it. Well, we still have a bunch of gems, so let's see where we get. It's really not going anywhere today. Ooh. It really is that kind of day today. It is that kind of day today. It is just a special kind of day today. I'm telling you, it all balances out. All streamer luck has to balance out someday. Today is that day where it just balances out. Is that the correct Mabayu? I actually don't know. That is the correct Mabayu. Okay, never mind. Okay, yeah, okay. Whenever you get a Mabayu, you now have to check, is it actually the one I want or is it the other one? That's a trick question. You want both of them, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, how many was that? Like 140? And at least we got another Oi Ascension as well. Oh, really good. This is Asian guy who tries to get A5 right when a character drops, so I stop for his podcast. Well, there's a lot of people who, you know, are whales that have the means to actually get A5 for everyone immediately. I'm not one of those guys. Like, I have enough money to spend on getting every character to at least A0 and not actually lose money each month. Like, every month I'm still, like, my savings are still increasing, but I don't have more money than that. Like, I can't do more than that. So this is kind of where that ends. Let's see. Actually, I'm looking to listen to all her voices. Come on. Let me just do a comparison here between regular Mabayu's voice and then the other Mabayu voice.
自己紹介って何度やっても苦手なんですよね。秋まばゆです。映画が好きで、なんてつい言おうものなら、好みのジャンルはとか聞かれて、よせばいいものをオタクの早口映画語りを展開してしまい、ドン引かれて学校生活が即終了する未来が見え見えです。
Yeah, she's trying to introduce herself and is absolutely failing at it because she's a fail girl. And now we have the other Mabayu. Let's do the comparison.
秋まばゆです。名字の秋は愛に生きるって書くんですけど、全然名は体を表していないっていうか、私自身はただの陰キャですし、秋家のご先祖様には申し訳ないなーって。
You can tell the difference, right?
いやでも恋路に全く興味ないわけでもないんですよ。恋愛映画だってたくさん見ていて。すみません。
He's gone for a while.
過ぎちゃいましたね。
I did not realize how long these were.
私と明美さんから。
If we get better next time, well, I hope so too for my gems. I can only be lucky in one gacha game at a time. I'm scared to roll for her because Midday and Cypher are run like once a week. I hope I was able to prove to people that it's not that some people are more lucky than others, or some games are more lucky than others, or some gachas are more lucky than others, some banners, some characters are more lucky than others. Like, no, it's just, that's just how randomness works. Sometimes you get lucky, sometimes you get unlucky. There's nothing to it. Whoa. Okay. She sounds so much more sure of herself. That is indeed correct. Keep getting Tsuruno and Mabayu medals. Well, if you get regular Mabayu medals, that would be insane, because that means you would have A5 Mabayu, and A5 regular Mabayu is insanely powerful. Holy shit. In case you've watched my recent video, which I know many people actually did, because it's actually not doing so well in views, but I showed you that if you have an A3 Mabayu, for example, on your team, and then you go from A3 Mabayu to A4 Mabayu, just one ascension, that increases your overall damage by like 40%. I did the statistics and showed some numbers that my Yachu would be hitting for like 11 million, and then you go from Mabayu A3 to A4, and then the 11 million turns into like 16 million or something like that, like something absolutely insane. So yeah, it's kind of powerful. We need the other Mabayu for score attack, I think. She is. Bonk. So we don't have the Ascensions. The Ascensions don't seem to be that powerful, but the thing with Breaker is that Breaker special attack level is actually really important, so yeah, not having that kind of sucks. But outside of the special attack level, Breaker Ascensions are usually not that powerful, actually. It helped you improve on score attacks. Oh man, I'm always glad to help. Would love to see a universe where she had joined the group during My Record Arc 1. Nothing is impossible now. They could actually just do all kinds of crazy events and side stories and everything where she does actually join the group and do other stuff, and maybe even get seasonal alts and stuff like that, right? Like, she could just be there now. Okay, so the thing about this special Mabayu, by the way, interesting icon right here, is that you go invisible in the battle, and when you're invisible you gain a whole bunch of bonuses and passives trigger and all kinds of stuff happens, and that's basically the whole idea, is that you're invisible and then you get a whole bunch of bonuses, including buffs, like buffs for your entire team. They're like decently powerful. Let me check, by the way. Okay, the only thing that changes is the breakage depletion actually, and of course the damage number, so at least the buff values don't change. Okay. Well, that's at least something. New Mabayu is good? Yeah, the new Mabayu is good. We are gonna have to check out how that actually works, because I want to do the score attack, and I assume the score attack is gonna be void weak, so let's check out what happens. Which doesn't mean that Mabayu would be the best character, because already I can tell Artist Switch usually has ads. Okay, the boss maximum break bonus reaches high level. Break bonus, boss has a skill that inflicts even greater attack damage as turns pass. Taking heavy damage. Okay, never mind. Okay, what do we got? For score, it's not AoE. Okay, it's single target. So score attack. Okay, so first off we need void damage. So I'm taking void damage. Then we take the new Mabayu because of course we do. Then we have, like, by the way, I don't think my Mabayu is like better than my Alina, but she's new, so I want to use her. What else do we have? Do we need debuff cleanse? I don't know. Do this. Hold on. What else elements have we? Fire, forest, and void. Fire, forest, void. Okay, so we're gonna have Ren in here. Then we're gonna have Tsuruno. I think this looks alright. I'm not sure. Which difficulty Do you like to grind one for score attack? Well, I usually do like 1 battle on 50, maybe 2, if I feel like my first battle was shit. And then I just go to like level 10 or whatever and just auto battle it like a bunch of times. Like, I don't really care for farming. Okay, we need this one, I think. Maybe it's not actually better. Maybe this one? Like, the base attack is actually pretty darn important. We don't have that much elemental weakness bonus, so I'm gonna take that one actually. That one's good. What else do we need? Take that one. Then like a video like an early 26 on an updated tier for a magical gold. I may already have done that tier list and have already like started making that video this week. Potentially, I might have already done that. So yeah, it's gonna be a bit sooner than early 2026. What else do we need? Let's go with that. My Sayaka still isn't A4, which is really bad. I'm not feeling that strongly about this team, but should be good enough. You go attack, you can get speed, you can get defense. I'm not sure if this is gonna do much, but you know, we gotta figure it out, we gotta see what happens. Also, by the way, we can now do cool stuff with Crystallis. So first off, we can get some more of these. And then we can do some crazy stuff. Like, oh my god, we can just get Crystallis. Is this the regular random? Yeah. We can just say, hey, give me some random Crystallis. And I can say, bam. And you can see what we got. It's actually possible to get EX from this, by the way. At least from the you have multiple types of Crystallis, or Crystules rather. And the base Crystule, the one that just says gains any rarity. The one that says gains any rarity, like the basic one, that one can be EX. But there's also ones that give A rank and ones that give S rank. And the ones that specifically give A rank or S rank, those cannot give EX. Because they give A rank or S rank. But the one that gives any could also be EX. Right? So now we've got a bunch of Crystallis. And now I can just put some stuff in there. So we didn't get any good one from here, but let's see what else we have. What do we need for her? I think it's just basic setup, right? Just the most basic ass setup. Break bonus is fine on that one. Give me the speed. We didn't roll the MP one. Oh, that's kind of sad. We didn't roll any of the MP ones. Well, shit happens. What else do we have? Guard? Sure. Yeah, let's get guard in there. Would you even use her EX? No, I don't think you use her EX at all. I think her EX is actually not good enough. How's Mabayu doing? We're about to find out because we're about to go into battle with her. Let me just put on some Crystallis stuff here. I don't really care for these. I just want to have something on there. Okay, maybe at least something that does something. Does something, anything. Whatever. Okay, so we should be good. Yeah. I think this is all right. Let's see what happens on this score attack. Are we gonna be in need of music? Let's find out. No, we have music. That's good. Okay, turn off auto battle. That's why Rapid Rampage, my luck is always perfect. Never have bad luck ever in my life. Never once had bad luck. Ow. So kind of getting a fast turn is kind of bad. So here we go, invisible. Bam, invisible. Wow, you're invisible now. Okay. So I should probably look at the boss's abilities, just, you know, once or twice maybe, just to see. Oh, Mario's great. 7%. Does it reduce the strength of debuffs by any chance? Decreases buff and debuff effect used by enemies not aligned with the user's elemental weakness. They really want to hammer it in. That said, I think it's like 30%. So it has 2 stacks right now, which would be 10% resistance down from Sayaka, but it's actually 7% resistance down. So it seems like debuffs are reduced by 30%, and I assume for buffs it would be 50%. Now even 30% reduced debuff strength on Sayaka I think is still worth it. Okay, so this boss just becomes stronger per turn. Other than that, or decreases crit rate might be bad. Decreases damage taken, oh, that also might be bad. So yeah, this guy just doesn't do that much, but he gets stronger the longer the fight goes on. Yeah, no, it should be fine. Oh, if we had the MP regen one, we would be at the thing now. We need to actually get to special at some point. Suzuki-mas. Perfect. Where is she going? She's just walk on. You'll see her wow. I mentioned this in my news video, but imagine if she was actually invisible. Like you could actually just not see her, and she would do her animations, but you just wouldn't be able to see him. Also, next time I'm gonna not skip that. I'm sorry. Like, sparks fly around, and then the boss just takes damage, and you hear a voice line, but you don't actually see anything. Like, you just can't see it. That would be cool. Depending on how strong that crit debuff is, it might not even stop me from critting with everyone. In fact, I don't even think I need Tsuruno on this team because my Homoda's gonna crit all the time anyway. I think she already has 100% crit rate just by herself, so she doesn't actually need it. You could literally buy that for $1? Bonk. Okay. Oh no, attack up. It's about to get very dangerous. But we're gonna be fine. The boss has already taken a whole bunch of damage, by the way. We're actually getting very close to defeating this guy before the break if we like fully stocked up on damage. Okay, let's see the special animation. Omake. That's right. That's our girl right there. 5 crit and normal crit down. Yeah, crit down doesn't seem to do that much, especially because Tsuruno by herself does like 67% or something crit rate to the entire team. And then of course characters have their own crit rate and maybe have some Crystallis substat crit rate and stuff. So the enemy crit damage down, like the enemy crit down would have to be really high to stop me from actually critting. Okay, let's see. Our Homo needs a whole bunch more stuff. We need to make sure to not accidentally kill this guy, by the way. We're gonna absolutely kill this guy accidentally before we even win. Oh no. Oh no. We're gonna accidentally kill this guy. So by the way, I think this guy goes up to like 999% break damage or something. Break multiplier. He's 100% gonna die before then. But the thing is, when it comes to increasing the break gauge very fast, let me tell you which character is really good at increasing break gauge. Of course, you have breakers, because breakers they just naturally do more break multiplier, but they also can gain break bonus. Like, for example, you have Mabayu, and Mabayu, for example, has like skill that increases break bonus by 30%, and break bonus means that the break multiplier increases faster when Mabayu attacks. But here's the thing, you know who else is really, really good at increasing the enemy break multiplier? A character that attacks really often, maybe even attacks once per turn as a follow-up on every single other character's attack. Wouldn't a character like that also increase the enemy's break multiplier really, really fast? In fact, even faster than breakers? Because Ren is overpowered as fuck. Yeah. Okay, I need to buff my characters, but I feel like we're gonna accidentally kill this guy. We're gonna absolutely accidentally kill this guy. By the way, let me check something. 2 turns. I think we're good. So Sayaka needs to use special to get to special, skill to get to special. Otherwise I don't have her attack buff. I'm doing so much damage already. I need to get this break bonus as high as possible before I start attacking. We are getting so close to accidentally killing this guy. I need to do a skill, then a skill on Mabayu. Careful. Careful now. Do this. Oh god, are we gonna kill here? Ooh. Like, if you do special, like, this is gonna trigger another Ren follow-up. Is the Ren follow-up gonna kill? Fuck it, we ball? How did we not accidentally kill this guy? Holy shit. That was close. That was close. That was not very high. That was scary. Okay, that's interesting. I was going to do so much damage. Well, Ren is busted as fuck. That's why. That was sadly not as much damage as I wanted to do. I think Momoko would actually do more, but if we could do Momoko, we're not gonna have 100% crit rate. I want to do Mabayu instead, like the other Mabayu. Like this Mabayu. Then we still have 100% crit rate. Do we change this to that? I think we do. Okay, okay, no, that's good. So yeah, our Ren has real good Crystalist. So you have the EX with crit damage, you have Dominant Blow right here with stuff, and then you have Towering Offense with stuff, and then you have Ascension 5 with max magic and a max level, and then you also have the attack portrait right here with high base attack, support Kyoku, and then you also have other characters like, for example, my Tsuruno buffs, and the Mabayu herself, like Mabatu rather, also buffs everyone's counterattack and follow-up attack damage and weakness damage. It's like, holy shit. Hey softball, how's it going? Mommy bless. Well, Mommy's not gonna be on this team, so hopefully she can bless me from somewhere else. Okay. Let's do that again. Let's see if we can get higher damage this time. Okay, that's the other Mabayu. So Mabayu can now increase the Mabayu's turns.
こんな手もあります。や
Oh, you rate story this time? I haven't played story.
れます。早く終わらせ。
You also need to use skills on Homu just to get to special before the boss breaks.
やればでき
And
る
to
の
also
です
stack up
容
stuff.
赦なくカットです。おまけです。未来史通り
Okay, now we're already invisible. We don't need to use skill immediately.
今だ。
Full attack then? It's not just attack damage. I mean, like offensive then. It's full offensive then, yeah.
この調子で攻め逃げないでよ。あまり舐めないでください。こんな手もあります。
Okay, that's the best girl, so you ate good. Oh,
やれば
that's nice to
でき
hear.
る直近おまけです。続けます。
Okay, invisibility is about to run out.
未来史通りですね。容赦なくカットです。未来を切り開く。まだまだクライマックスです。
Beautiful.
おまけです。
Absolutely beautiful. Okay, there we go.
続けます。
Ouch. We do have to break the boss quite quickly because otherwise our regular Mabayu is gonna die.
こんな未来
The one character.
早く終わ
Why
ら
would you do that?
お手柔らかに
It's okay if the boss attacks Mabayu, but if the boss attacks Mabayu, that would be terrible. So you can attack Mabayu, but just don't attack Mabayu, okay?
消えなさい。やればできる子ですから。容赦なくカットです。おまけです。未来史通りで直近
Chokin.
止める。今だ。
Okay.
全然大丈夫です。
Did the defense down just miss on regular Mabayu? Could that be because of debuff resistance? Wow.
もっとやれるんです。さやかちゃん絶好逃げないでよ。
It really is that simple.
あまり舐めないでくださいね。こんな手もあります。やれます。未来史チョキッと。
Okay, bonk,
おまけです。
bonk.
続けます。未来史容赦なくカッ
I also need to look up how much, what the value of the break gauge depletion on her skills actually is. Not that one, come on. So the etc. wiki, of course, is gonna have the values.
続けます。
Let me see. That's much better.
やはい。やるそれ。
So, let me check.
続けます。ピンチはチャンス。
Doesn't show it. The wiki doesn't have the numbers yet. Okay, whatever. The wiki's gonna have the numbers soon at some point.
こんな手もあります。やれます。この調子で攻めるよ。
Okay, we do actually have to do this. Remember Doki Iro came out and everyone went like, wow, they look like Iroha.
通りです。直近
With double Iroha, it would make more sense if she looked different, which is why they're doing it. But with this Mabayu, I think it's okay that she doesn't look different.
容赦なくカットです。おまけです。続けます。
Like, I don't have any problem with this Mabayu looking the same.
全然へい。
And yes, they are changing double Iroha's model.
続けます。何するんですか。やれます。や。続けます。未来史通りですね。
We still have a turn on invisibility, right? Yeah, like another turn after that. Are we gonna actually get to special from this? Yes, exactly.
チョキッと。
Good.
おまけです。続けます。
And we need to keep using double turns on our
消えなさい。
on our Maba 2 because we really need to get that break gauge, break bonus up, right? We're gonna need as much break bonus as possible as soon as the boss breaks.
いいわね。この調子で攻めるよ。逃げないでよ。続けます。
You're right, new Mabayu overall 1 to 10. 10, personally. As a character, like, you mean gameplay-wise? Gameplay-wise, I don't know. She seems pretty decent. I would say she's pretty good. But I don't really know. I can't really give you a number for that. Like, I don't think characters in this game were on something like that. So we're actually gonna not wound with Ren right now, because otherwise, as we saw earlier, Ren's gonna absolutely kill the boss long before we actually get to do much. So let's just have our Mabayu increase the break bonus. So please increase break bonus, that would be very nice. You don't do that yet? Do we need to do that? Oh, Saika absolutely needs to get special. Soon. Yeah. Homu is not looking the greatest actually, because we are really low on skill points, because Mabayu needs to do double turns all the time to keep up. But Mabayu isn't A4 yet. If Mabayu is not A4, that means you don't get the skill points back. So I'm like 4 skill points or 5 skill points lower than I might otherwise be. So at this point we actually do need to give it to Homu. And we need to actually do this and that. We are missing the 10% from Ren, and we're not about to get it back because we are too low on skill points. We're missing 10% defense down from Ren's skill. Too low on skill points. I need my Mabayu to be A4 like yesterday. Like, this is just terrible. So, missing 10%, but we have the double turn from Mabayu. Yeah, this is not nice. This is not good. This is really bad, actually. This is worse than last time, I assume. Much worse than last time. Yeah, that ain't it. Mabayu not being A4 is really, really bad. I mean, I don't mean my breaker Mabayu. I mean my buffer Mabayu not being A4. It's really bad. I can't really use her that much. Like, my Tsuruno actually gives me more damage increase than my Mabayu. Because my Tsuruno is A5. And Mabayu is A3, as you can see. And that A4 is so incredibly gosh darn fucking powerful. And it also gives me the skill points that I need. Like, I was really low on skill points, but if she was A4, I would have all the skill points in the world. And it wouldn't be an issue. So yeah, that's kind of sad. So overall, Tsuruno is actually the better choice on that. Could have given her Tsuruno's support Kyoko, but wouldn't change the skill point situation. So yeah, theoretically I think Momoko would also hit harder, but if I do Momoko and Mabayu, then I don't have a 100% crit rate. And it's possible I just don't get the crit on the special, and that would be sad. So that's a thing. But yeah, that's that. Groundhog Days Mabayu pretty darn good, but I'm gonna have to test some more stuff out with her to see how good she actually is. But for now, we're good with score attack. Have we done the high score too? Oh, we've done the high score as well. Look at that. We've already done that. Oh, because our high score was like 8.6 million. I didn't even realize we were that high on our high score. Well, let's see. Yeah, as I told you, Momoko is gonna hit harder. But then Momoko usually hits harder than even Kyoko, which, you know, it's kind of sad, but it is what it is. And yeah. Even whales don't have, not all whales rather, have the new Mabayu at A5, and if you don't have Mabayu at A5, you just don't like Aina, of course. But yeah, that's kind of what I expected, although I didn't expect Mami here. I guess you need the extra speed to get the boss to break and die before you get killed by the boss if you don't have a sustain. Makes sense. Yep. Anyway, it's time for what actually? Main story? Yeah, I think it's time for main story. By the way, welcome to the stream, everyone who has joined in the meantime. I hope you've been having a great day. I hope your roles are going well and will go well. And we're now at the end of Scene 0 story. We're gonna skip the story, of course, because the story is for you to play on your own. So we're just gonna go through it quite quickly. They do actually survive, huh? Hey, good boy Heavenly, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. We are currently going through the main story of Scene 0. This is the standard difficulty, where of course means we're gonna kill everything in like 2 hits. But then we have Battler's difficulty, which we're gonna skip through, and then Nightmare difficulty, where we'll see what Nightmare difficulty is gonna be like on the new chapter. Quick question, would you recommend doing the standard story first or the event first? Doesn't really matter. I guess you can do event first, just to get the 5 battles out of the way. Because main story might take a while. And daily reset is in about 3 hours, right? Yeah, and you want to be able to at least get the event, like the 5 event plays done before daily reset, otherwise you miss out on those 5 plays. So yeah, I guess you do the event first. So, since this is basically the same story and the same thing as the event, I assume there's also going to be exactly 15 battles, right? Would be my guess that there's also 15 battles. Probably was the case on the other ones as well, but though I didn't check. Oh, there's a Van Hog in the background. Nice. Is that copyrighted? Can you just put a Van Hog painting, for example, in your game? I guess you can. Okay, here's all the story notes. Now, of course, you're supposed to actually look at the story, but like I said, the story is for you to read on your own. So I'm not going to go through the story right here. It's voice acted anyway, so I would just be sitting back and letting it play, and that's not very interesting. Bam. So now that Scene 0 is basically done, or is done actually, I did mention that it's possible that Mabayu could actually show up in new pieces of content, like she could get seasonal alts, she could just have another new story, right? They can do whatever they want actually now with Mabayu. She's free again to have anything possible happen to her. And before you go, oh, but what about the ending of the story and blah blah blah. We're in the Lighthouse Theater, anything is possible. Nothing matters. So, as far as main story is concerned though, we know that they have Crescent Memoria next, so the next part of Crescent Memoria is going to be next. Okay. Well, are they just going to do the next Crescent Memoria part and then the third one after that? Right? Like, they have 2 Crescent Memoria parts left. Is this going to be one after another? Because I feel like it's not going to be one after another. I feel like they actually are going to do something else in the meantime. It could be Rebellion Story. Could also be Tart Magica. It's both possible. Or could actually be cleanup for Oriko Magica, since there are a bunch of Oriko characters that have Life 2D models in the game that appeared in the Oriko story that aren't playable yet. Not to mention there's also a whole bunch of Manga Record Arc 1 characters. But none of that is really main story because, you know, Manga Record Arc 1 main story has ended and Crest Memoria is another piece of main story. So as far as main story goes, are they just going to do another Oriko main story chapter just to get more Oriko characters out there because they've been missing a bunch? Or are they just not going to have any main story for a while they just pump out more Manga Record and characters and more Oriko characters, right? And they just do that for a bunch. And then only months later, they're gonna do Crest Memoria Part 3 and then Rebellion Story for maybe the anniversary. Like anniversary Rebellion Story probably seems pretty likely with Akuma, Homura and Nagisa. Would be my guess. The anniversary is March, by the way. End of March, I think. Keep that in mind if you want to save for that. So yeah, I think what's most likely is they're going to do Crest Memoria Part 2. Then they're going to do a whole bunch of events to get either the rest of the Oriko characters in there or the rest of the Manga Record Arc 1 characters in there. Then after like 2 or 3 months, Crest Memoria Part 3. Then Rebellion Story. And then they're going to go into Tart Magica. That's my guess for how they're going to do it from here. Which would mean Tart maybe around May? That's possible. Okay. Hope about Manga Record anime version? Oh no, hopefully not, because that means a lot of characters that just look the exact same as all the other characters. And people don't like that. People want characters to look different and feel different, right? It's gonna be a very long time until Kodoe, which makes sense because Kodoe is like from Arc 2. And Arc 2 Manga Record is really far away, so yeah, it's not gonna happen anytime soon. Wow. Good stuff. If it makes sense, they won't do it anyway and we'll do something completely different. Yeah, that's how it worked so far. So far I've never really done what makes sense. Hey, looking very, how's it going? I'm doing fine. We have the new Mabayu. It only took 130 pulls, but we got her. We've done score attack, which was alright. And now we're going through main story. Also, as well, welcome everyone who's joined in the meantime. I do think the game is going to be slowing down maybe a little bit with new content now because we're going to have to build up to Christmas, right? And the Christmas halls, right? So I don't think that's not going to be that. I don't think there's going to be much happening between now and Christmas. Because Christmas is like the next big thing, of course. So they're not going to there's not going to be anything big until Christmas. But then Christmas will be very big. And New Year's, like Christmas plus New Year's is usually the 1-2 punch of seasonal alts that are quite beloved and quite interesting and unique. Like Homura with a bamboo Gatling gun, which is real. If they do Manga Record again, they can put like 100 Doppel Kyoku. Yeah, generally they can do whatever they want and still have enough content for like the next 10 years or whatever. Like we don't have to worry about running out of content ever. They also mentioned that they want to write more unique, like original what would you say? Yeah, just original stories. They just want to get more original stories out there, similar to Crescent Memoria. Not specifically spin-offs, but any type of story, right? Any type of original story that they can think of, they want to make and put into the game, so that etc. can be a vehicle for a whole bunch of new stuff. Like, except it doesn't have to just be going through what we have done before and just only doing what we've done before, just reheating up old leftovers. No, they know that they can do whatever they want now, and they will do more stuff in the future. 24-hour WR 10 rolls? No, I really don't think so. What's Go Attack like? It's not much of anything. It's like, I would say, a rather boring Score Attack maybe. It doesn't really do much and then just dies. In fact, it dies so hard you have to be careful to not accidentally kill it before you actually start hitting it. $500 double Kyoko. Sure. As many as you can fit in your mouth? No, not like that. No music. So we don't have to worry about there not being not enough new content or anything like that. This game can absolutely go on forever. Like, way longer than Mario Record. The basis, the foundation is also way stronger than Mario Record, so... yeah. This game's looking much better. They're probably remodding all the double outs. They are currently coming up with ways of making double characters look entirely different in such a way where you can always tell immediately that's a double character. Just by looking at them, you can immediately tell, okay, that's a double character. That's why it's taking so long for Double Iroha, because they want to make sure they get this correct. Because they're going to reuse whatever they're doing now for every single double character in the future. No music. It's a streamer mode. That was Film Zero. Is Marguerite Universe extremely broken? Broken in what way? Because I'm not sure what you mean with that. Like Zone is almost A5 everyone. Not just generally, there isn't much in the Score Attack. It's a very simple one. Power-wise, nah, not specifically. I mean, yeah, there's some extremely powerful characters in there, but doesn't really matter. It's not like power level matters ever. Okay, we're almost at the end. We're almost done with main story. Hey, welcome. How's it going, Dutchicon? So if asking, well, what is your sustain for floor 69? Can't survive longer with Kirika only. I think I did use Kirika only. Don't use 2 sustains. If your Kirika is Ascension 4, then Kirika should be enough, easily. However, if you're still dying, then the problem is probably not your Kirika. The problem is probably that you're not killing the enemies fast enough. And actually this team right here would already be kind of perfect, I think, for floor 69. Of course with high Ascensions. If you don't have Kirika Ascension 4 or 5, any defender that is Ascension 4 or 5 would be totally fine. Like if you have an Ascension 4 Sana, for example, that's also fine, right? Like if you have Ascension 4 or 5 Sana. Or if you have Ascension 4 or 5 Sayaka, also perfectly fine. Like any of these at high Ascension should be fine. So that should work. If you don't have a high Ascension defender, then whatever your highest Ascension healer is, might be a better choice. But yeah, Ascension 0 defender might be kind of tough. But don't go 2 sustains. Like 2 sustains is not good. Very bad. Okay, we're almost at the end. Then we can skip battle and then we can actually do real battles in Nightmare mode. Although Scene 0 is Since there's a lot of enemies that we've seen before already, which makes, you know, story sense and lore sense that we're gonna get the same battles we've already seen a bunch. But it also doesn't make it very interesting. Which goes with you take to magic level 130, attackers. And that's about it, like just attackers. Okay. Yeah, and your favorite character. Not Mummy, but your favorite character. Sorry, you're gonna have to skip this one. This is not for story. You're gonna have to read the story yourself, guys. So yes, it's another final battle against Walpurgisnacht. Have you gotten enough of this yet? Increases enemies' attack, defense, speed, and epic recovery with each passing turn. When not in break, greatly increases damage taken. And then the regular moveset for Walpurgisnacht. That said, this is probably the last Walpurgisnacht fight we'll ever see in the main story. So yes, I know this is the 4th one, but it's also the last one. Forever, probably. So say goodbye to Walpurgisnacht as a boss after this, because you'll never see it again after this. That's gonna take a while though, because we brought a AoE attacker on a single target boss with very high break gauge. This is gonna take forever. Whatever, it's gonna be fine. With army special we at least get fast specials. And then with fast specials, it's gonna be fine. Yeah, this will take a bit. So I finished part 1. You should really get on that. Okay. More specials. More turns. Get more AA. Good. Boss is actually taking a decent amount of damage, despite the boss supposedly, like, not supposed to be able to take damage right now. Dude, that's so many specials. Mummy A5 is so good for specials. Hey, welcome to stream, Skeleton Killer. Expect some pretty big tie-in stuff with the new movie release, but also probably not a ton of stories, as they don't want to spoil the film right now as it's coming out. Yeah, I would assume maybe an event. There's probably going to be an event that introduces some of the characters, that maybe tells a story that plays at a similar time as the movie. But I also don't expect them to just give you the movie story while the movie is running. Like, they're gonna wait for the movie to have finished running until they actually do the movie story. But they're absolutely gonna do some tie-ins in the meantime. But they're in no rush. By the way, there's some people have this theory that, oh, the only reason why etc. exists is because they wanna have a tie-in with the movie, which is bullshit, because they have been working on etc. for like the last 3 years. They've been working on this game for a really long time. It's like they've been working on this game for such a long time where they didn't even know if the movie is gonna come out way before or way after the game. Like, they have no idea. And they did not base anything around that. Know that from interviews. But the game has been in development for a really long time. So yeah, Exciter was not made to tie in with Kaiten. Like, it absolutely didn't. Let's watch it.
いろいろあったけど、とっても素敵なフィルムになりましたね。それでは皆さん、さようなら。
And if you want to know what any of that meant, you're gonna have to read the story. Now, so here's the thing, by the way. This is the outro. The music is, of course, copyrighted, so it's gonna be just complete silence. Which I'm not gonna have you guys sit in silence for like 5 minutes. Okay? I'm not gonna do that to you. There's like 1,000 Sony One Piece carry on legacy of Mabayu.
それでいいよ。ぽっかり穴が開いて大切なものがあったって、なんだかこれでよかったんだ。大切な存在のために頑張った。私にも何過去の君は今の君にだ。頑張れるものくらいは頑張れるもの。例えば自分どうして頑張れるんだい？大切だから。うん、それだけで。友達はこだわる必要はないよ。自分が頑張れると思う人間、友達という存在がいるだけの花。君が大事に思うもそれだけで尊い。じゃあ永久という。どうして二人のためなら頑張れるから。君は僕やヨダ大切なことのために頑張るなら、君はこの記憶のまた何か失うなら何もないのに。そうか、君の言う友達はそのわからない。記憶の光を集めて本当に大切なもの。
Mabayu's best girl. That's damn right. So I'm also expecting Rebellion before movie release, because the movie is of course going to be delayed for another year yet again. Of course it will be. Come on. You've gotten this question like 500 times already. Welcome to stream, by the way, H-Quaza. How is the new Mabayu? She's alright. Yeah, I don't really have much else to say about that yet. I'll have to test her out a bit more. If around 0.5 tier, yeah, she may be up there. It's possible. Okay, let's get all of the rewards. I would like some rewards, please. Deposit them into my account right now. Yes, rewards, thank you. Some stones. Okay, now we need to get some more rewards. Some more rewards, please. Yes, give me rewards. Ha ha ha. Oh, we got a key. Okay, we're gonna get more keys as well from the Puella Picatura. So we got some keys to roll after this. Ooh. Now it's time to play through, in quotation marks, a battler mode. So yeah, time to skip everything. Power level 51,000. I think we're at 88,942. I think that's good enough. My highest power level, by the way, that I have on my account is 90,060 or something like that. So yeah, pretty high. So for the original Mabayu, just getting by with Mami Morimoto duo. Yes, perfectly fine. There's no character that's a must-have, like not even Pluria. Maybe Eren is a must-have, but outside of that, there's no character that's really a must-have. Spino's Nightmare mode discards the light weakness, which can be for people who don't have cool bio or Mifuyu. Just play each fight for a tiny bit longer and break like a turn later, and I think it's gonna be okay. Like, as long as these fights don't kill you, it should be fine to play it like a little bit longer. Also, welcome to stream, Eyeballerity. We're already like halfway through battle or something? Yeah, this is going fast. Alina's still an option for breaker. Yeah, Alina's fantastic. Like an absolutely fantastic breaker. A lot of breakers are really good actually. And then there's Toka, but let's not talk about Toka. Now, as far as portraits go, I heard that like 1 or 2 portraits that come from this new content are actually pretty good, but I haven't checked them out yet. The portrait system really needs something else to it anyway, because it feels like it's missing something. Like, right? I'm not the only one who thinks that the portrait system feels like it's missing something, because you just know, okay, for this character that's the best portrait, and it turns out for most characters it's always the same portraits. Like, all support characters, they want like some speed, and sometimes they want MP%, and that's it. So whichever portrait currently gives the most amount of speed with the best stats is the best portrait. And whenever they release a portrait that isn't one that gives more speed or more stats at the same time, you know it's worse, and you can just throw it away. So there's only ever like 10 portraits in total that ever matter, and all other portraits you might as well throw them away and they don't matter. And then they release like 10 more portraits, and it turns out all of them are worse than the ones you already have, so all 10 of them are useless, right? But then they release like 1 more portrait that it's actually like, maybe it has like also 20% speed but a tiny bit more attack, and now that's the best portrait in the game, and you can throw everyone else away. It's like, that is so one-dimensional, like extremely one-dimensional. The portrait system really needs something else to it. I don't know what, but it very much needs something else to it. Like, I think portraits just need way crazier effects on it, other than just giving a stat boost for like attack or speed or MP gen or whatever. Yeah, and most portraits are just duplicates of each other anyway. Yay! 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 Let's talk about some mem sparks. Hey, have we talked about mem sparks yet? So let's talk about mem sparks.
記憶の光をってなってが AQ が描いた絵を見て
Words of wisdom. Okay, time for Nightmare. And then we're also done with Scene 0 after that. Wow, I can't believe it. I shan't believe it. Another breaker. Yep. I think it makes sense for them to release a lot of breakers and attackers right now, because attackers and breakers are like the characters that you want, if possible, to have one good choice for each element. While with buffers, it's like it doesn't matter what element the buffer is of. If you just have a good buffer, that's it, you're basically done, right? Like, I want to use, for example, Mami on basically every single content, Mabayu on every single piece of content, doesn't matter, right? So it's not like they need to release a lot of buffers and debuffers. But when it comes to breakers and attackers, you kind of do need to have a breaker and attacker for every element. Because being off element with those is terrible. Because the recent borders would be nice, but then you would have the same problem where that's just the one that everyone chooses. And everything else is pointless. Unless they're so bad that the speed is better anyway, which I have a feeling it would be the case. Like, I have a feeling that if they ever do make gauge depletion portraits, that the number of break gauge depletion on those would be so low that the speed is better anyway. What about defenders? Also doesn't matter that much for them. Like, defenders are so tanky that if they're off element, it doesn't matter. Force attackers exist? Yes. Limited, but not unlimited. We wouldn't be having this problem with forest attackers, by the way, if they made the literal tree forest type. But no, they made a literal tree aqua type. No one knows why. But yeah, Nightmare is also, of course, easy with a team that has been around for a while. Are there any void characters like Mabayu? If you mean void breakers, there's Alina. Regular Alina is a void breaker. So by the way, I think I put in my title that I might also do chaos bosses. I'm not so sure about that, to be fair. I want to get the damage record missions for a lot of the chaos bosses, and I feel like those missions are just so much easier once you have Mabayu A4, but I still don't have Mabayu A4. Which would, like, if I just have Mabayu A4, it would immediately give me those damage record missions, and I kind of want to wait for that. Oh my god, they're just buffing? They're just buffing. Please don't buff. Is it really that bad? Yeah, she's bad. She's probably the worst breaker in the game. She's not terrible, but there's a lot of good breakers out there. She isn't one of them. There's chances we're doing night with no 5-star? Yeah, absolutely. I have a video on that, by the way. A video where I guide you through how to beat everything with only 4 stars. These guys swimsuit bomb me somewhat, but I'm still salty about Aqua Sakura. Everyone is salty about that. Because how could they do it? Because how could they do it? Why would they do that? Why would they make a literal tree not forest type? That is insane. It was already insane in Micro when it was light type. But with that you can at least say, okay, she's light type because she uses a laser sword. And because it's a laser sword, she's light type. Like, sure, okay. But water. Water type. What? What do you mean water type? Absolute insanity. I don't know what they were thinking. I don't think anyone does. I think not even the developers know what they were thinking with that. Yeah, she's in water, we know. Still doesn't make any sense. Who's the hardest boss in Magia, etc.? One of the chaos bosses probably, I don't know which one. Maybe the first chaos boss. Maybe the hardest boss in the entire game. The very first chaos boss. That would be my vote at least. Because I think every other chaos boss is like easier than that one. Yeah, Chaos Rose Garden. Like, some people might say, oh, what about Pokesnaft, for example? Like, any of the 4 Pokesnaft. Well, Pokesnaft doesn't actually do that much damage and doesn't actually do much to actually, like, kill you. Like, it's actually very easy with just a good healer to survive a Pokesnaft forever, basically. Forever. And then as soon as you break, you win instantly. But Pokesnaft doesn't really do much to actually kill you, so not really that difficult. Gaitu just kills you turn 1 if you play it wrong, so that's fun. Next seems to Sakura cool light type for no reason.
しました。
Oh boy. Oh boy. Yeah. It's gonna happen, we already know it. Unless they make that one forest type for some reason because they remembered that she's a tree. I don't know. Language of good fortune. Very exploitable. Okay, that's not true, but has weak points. Let me put it that way.
一気に行くわよ。私だって。速攻で型をつけよう。もっとやれるんです。避けられないわよ。
See, that doesn't do much justice to what book is. Well, there's 4 different forms of her. I think overall they did, even if not a single one of them is like the one fight. That was like really hard. But by the way, also you say that we haven't even seen Chaos for Pogesnacht yet. Chaos for Pogesnacht may be absolutely absurd. So I don't know about that yet. Yeah, good fortune is somewhat of a roster check. Not for one specific character, but just generally, is your team good? Do you have a good team? Have you built your team well? You put in those resources, you put in that time? Because if you didn't, Witch of Good Fortune is going to give you a wake-up call to maybe go back to the drawing board and figure out how to make your team better. So the Mabayu switch instead of a book is... Mabayu switch is not gonna happen. It also wouldn't make sense for the fight to be against Mabayu switch. Like that, there wouldn't be a story reason for it, like at all. Just like the way you victory on 469 got smoked on 70. Well, you can have Nemu on your team. Kirika A0 and Sana A2 are both very low ascension. You don't happen to have Sayaka A4 maybe? Or any of the, or a healer at A4. If you have a healer at A4 or a Sayaka at A4, that would also be perfect. Not even her A0. Yeah, that's difficult. Ooh, yeah, I don't know. Probably Sana and Kumura and Nemu. And then if you have Tsukuyo, use Tsukuyo, and then whatever your best buffer is. Your best buffer on there. Yeah, don't use 4-star generally. Like 4-star just don't scale well enough into late game, sadly. We haven't made much progress yet into Nightmare, it seems. Or have we just not gotten many mem sparks yet? Nightmare does take some time, eh? Best buff is your A3 mummy, A3 double Iroha when you try to kill that die faster. Yeah, double Iroha needs a lot of help to actually have enough healing. Without A4 you're missing the skill point from healers, which is kind of sad. I think it would be good to do Ragila Mabayu and Ren against Octavia. Sure, why not? Sounds alright. Like generally Mabayu is good against every boss and generally Ren is good against every boss. Just like, just works out pretty well. Okay. Aren't we actually getting somewhat close to the end? Doesn't look like it. Oh, no, we're not getting close to the end at all. It's film 12, then it's film 0, and then it's film 1.
気を引き締めないと避けられないわよ。私だって速攻で型をつけよう。もっとやれるんです。避けられないわよ。続けます。続けます。
Is this the regular guy as from the other Scene Zero main story? Right? Because there was already a Scene Zero main story where you fought Woman. That might be the same boss here? Well, one way or another, he's getting smoked right now. Yeah, it is the boss that was at the end of Scene Zero Part 1. Couldn't A1 healer work with God Crystals on Tower 7? Yeah, if you have multiple God Crystals across your team, and you also have good healing Crystals, it would work, yes, but you would need like pretty good Crystals, generally. Is that slow attempts? Do you think a tower attempt ends here? I'm not quite so sure about that. If you find a way to stay alive for just a few turns, you may be able to do it, because once you kill all the ads, the boss itself does almost nothing. So if you manage to just blow up the ads as fast as possible with a very strong buffer, you may be able to do it. Like A5 Homoda, if you spread out the turns on which you do breaks, like I think on my live stream where I did it, I think it was the last live stream I did, I like spread out the breaks to get as many follow-up attacks and bonus turns as possible with my Homoda. And then Homoda with all the buffs from my buffers. Kill the ads in like a single turn. Like all of them. If you do the same, you might be able to do it even with a bad sustain. You can probably still do it. Oh, come on. Is he still alive? By the way, the stories we're unlocking here are special character stories that are not part of the main story for Scene Zero, but they are like side stories, like little side bits here and there, some bits and bobs. Because the Scene Zero in Mabayu record had these extra side stories that were bundled with the story, so you get it here as well. Okay. It's only Ascension 2. Oh my god. This is slower than I thought. Oh no. Thomas Spirit returned so much that my character can't catch up to a barrier right now on the first on the team. You're gonna have to do some experimenting on how to do it well. I need to find a combination of turns that gets you there. Like you can try to give Kirika more speed instead of more defense, for example, on her portrait. Or give Homoda more speed or less speed. Like you might need to move some speed values around to see how the turns line up better. More of the same enemies. At least that means they're gonna die fast.
避けられないわよ。続けます。
And that's that. At least the fights do actually go pretty fast. Yep, no worries. I hope you can beat the boss.
時間が惜しいわ。早く行くわよ。
I need to check these new portraits as well that we got from Scene Zero. Can Halloween Aina be set by a future dot character? Nope, she's unsalvageable. Any character that buffs Halloween Aina would also either buff Momoko or Surf Sayaka. Which means that if there was a character that made Halloween Aina good, then Momoko or Surf Sayaka would still be better. Like, way better. So it's impossible. You can just give up on Halloween Aina and put her away. It's what I have already decided. She's never gonna leave the box. It's not gonna happen. We stop recycling the enemies. Like for Scene Zero, it makes sense, right? Like for Scene Zero and as well as for Crescent Memoria, it also makes sense, right? That's it for Crescent Memoria. They're using some more of the Mario Record witches that we haven't seen in game yet. So Mario Record witches that, of course, were in Mario Record but not yet in etc. So we're gonna see more of those and of their minions, right? I don't know if you count that as recycling, but it makes sense because they're not in etc. yet. But of course, as far as Scene Zero goes, yeah, of course, for Scene Zero, they're of course gonna recycle everything from PMHQ, from Puelamagi Maraka Maika. Anything else would be wrong. But Scene Zero is over now. And now that Scene Zero is over, of course they don't have much reason to keep using these enemies now. They probably already made a whole bunch more enemies for future stuff. A down to a time is just not gonna happen. We have no music. I'm gonna put on some music. What do we have? Maybe this one? But yeah, I don't know what they would even do to make Dot like good again. I don't think it's gonna happen. Say good again as if it was ever good. It never was. I'm gonna fight over there. Nah, Dot was never great. But yeah, Halloween Aina's kit is just so badly designed and is so full of flaws and terrible oversights that there's no way it's ever gonna work out. So yeah, like I said earlier, this might be the last time we ever see Walpurgisnacht and Walpurgisnacht's minions as part of the main story. So you better drink it in, you better remember all of these enemies. Might be the last time we ever see them. Same thing for all the other Puelamagi Maraka Maika witches from like the regular anime. You might never see them again in main story. At this point, in order for Dot to be good, they need to do a mass balance change. Yeah, they would have to do that. I'd like to welcome everyone who's joined in the meantime. Let me look something up. By the way, did you guys know that when you get a YouTube member, YouTube does not send you any message. But if someone liked your comment on someone else's video, YouTube gives you a update for that. So YouTube would rather tell you when a comment you did on someone else's video got an upvote, rather than telling you if you got a member. YouTube, what are you doing? I don't get it. Welcome back, Nissan.
続けますそこ続けますもっとやれるんです
Got him. That ends pretty good.
褒めてくれるかな
Gonna check the video. Oh, I see. Listening for and headphone to blast me up. What? It's not that. It's the music is not that loud, is it? Is my music actually that loud? I'm sorry. I see. Thank you very much. AQ. Listen to the music. Okay, I think it's boss after this one. I didn't keep track. But yeah, how has it been going for you guys? If you are rolling for Mabayu 2 right now, by the way, do keep in mind that I mentioned this earlier, but Christmas is not that far away. And there's gonna be Christmas alts, probably limited Christmas alts. Keep all of that in mind. We pull for Christmas alt. I'm gonna have to get every character at least once. At least once. But probably not more than that. Like, I don't think I'm gonna ever pull for like multiple ascensions for a character, like at release of that character, ever. Like, I think that's just too much. Okay, so for the boss, by the way, go away, Malaka. We have our new shiny Groundhog Days Mabayu. It's only Ascension 0, so she's not gonna be breaking very quickly, but it's her story. It's her story, so let's go. Didn't want me Kyuku any good. Yeah, she's pretty good. She is pretty darn good. So I think we have music here. We don't have music here. Let's get something else maybe. What else do we have? Maybe this. She goes invisible, look at that. You can see her being invisible, which doesn't make any sense, but you know what I mean. Get Mabayu with 20,000 gems to spare. Anything else that can be now Christmas is being skipped. Makes sense. You care about the Christmas alt as double Homura? I wouldn't be so quick as to say that you definitely won't care about the Christmas alt, because it could be anything. Like, it could actually be anything. So you never know. And it could be something completely out of left field that you had no idea what was even on the table. A Kyoko ult might happen. Not impossible. No market this. Another mummy, yeah! Have you guys got enough mummies? Yeah, here comes another mummy. Why you torment us so, mummy? Whenever people find the actual real torment nexus, it's just gonna be mummy standing there in an empty room, and that's it. That's the torment nexus. You cannot escape. Turns out people love the torment nexus. You're part of these people, you love mummy. Turns out, yeah, people love the torment nexus. Of course, Groundhog days, especially compared to Aina, they do different things. Well, Aina is of course the AoE version, and then Mabayu is the single target version. So of course one is better for AoE, the other version is better for single target, but they're good. They're great. They're both great in their own right. Okay, we're almost there. Boss really doesn't do much. It just, like, drains my stats per turn, right? Yeah, it increases the enemy's attack defense speed and MP recovery rate each passing turn. I think it's probably like 1% per turn. And that's about it, and otherwise it just does very normal things that Groundhog not usually does. Right? Can we get a feel for how strong the debuff is? I don't think we can. Yeah, I don't know. Mabayu has 2 great units. Mabayu bias has been exposed. Most characters in the game are really good. So I don't think it's specifically Mabayu that has good units, but they're great. They actually are great. It looks powerful because there was percentage-based damage, but it literally can't kill me. Like, that hit right there literally couldn't kill me. If I had 1000 HP, it still wouldn't kill me as far as I know. You have a soft spot for Mabayu. Somehow we all have a soft spot for Mabayu, and it makes sense because she's fucking great. We love Mabayu. Yo, Maketes, bam! And then the boss just dies? Yeah? And then the boss just dies immediately. Hana should have been more powerful. But she doesn't have a 5-star yet, so maybe when she has the 5-star could be really powerful. Maybe get the 5-star together with Mikoto. Like, you could get Uwasa Mikoto together with Uwasa Hana, like 5 years from now. But then maybe Hana is gonna be really powerful. So we don't have time for that little bit of extra story right there. And that's the end of that. Balum, balum, balum. Yo, Mikoto. You say you miss Magiriko. Magiriko is right here. You get to experience all of Mag Record again, a second time. Not many people are able to get that second helping. Yeah, she's a really weak foster, but she doesn't have to be all there is. We're feeling something. Oh, here we go. Guarding Light of the Forgotten. Wow. Add that to the list.
記憶の光を集め人助け広い永久が描いた絵を見たら
Christmas Toka Nemo? Quite likely, actually. Or rather, it's on the list of likely characters. But it could also be absolutely anything, like literally anything. Maybe even Christmas Rikaren. We all know how incredibly great Ren is and how very balanced Ren is. So why not? Why not have a Christmas Ren that is like somehow even better than regular Ren? Wouldn't that be fantastic? Okay, we got that. Gotta get the red dots away. Some red dots here, some red dots there. Okay, and we got a new Namae story. And Namae stories usually have some crazy shit in them. So let's do that. But first we also have to do this. Get the bonus stories. I would like more rewards, please. Yep, thanks for the rewards. I'll take them. Okay, here we go. So these usually give you a lot of hints at the overarching story, which I've made an entire video just talking about all of my current story theories. And I basically put all those theories together before episode 10 released. And then episode 10 like doubly confirmed everything that I was already theorizing. So we're doing, our theories are doing pretty well. Our theories have survived one of the episodes so far. Can they survive another episode, or will this go against our theories? Let's find out. Oh no, the inevitable moment.
いいんだ。君が悪いわけじゃない。今まで疑問に思わない方が異常と言える。
Oh no, we're not gonna reveal it here, aren't we? We're probably gonna.
ここはあらゆる宇宙を観測すべての宇宙に影響を与える可能性がある概念的なもの以外は存在できない恐れがあるからね。概念的なもの、あらゆる存在の完全な姿。ルールと言えばいいかも。ルール。例えば記憶の窓。窓は開き、閉じ、向こうけれど開かず、閉じず、向こう側が窓とは呼べない。別の例えをしてみよう。
You are making a lot of sense right now, AQ?
あそこにヨダカが置き忘れたボール。知ってる。ボールが2つになったら、それは何？ボール？色が変わったり。ボール？そうだね。なぜなら球体でコロコロできる。そのルールにのっとっている限り、そのルールがあるのが僕らのいる場所。ここにはボールの完全な姿。よくわからない。確かに難しい話だから、とにかくこの場で僕らの存在は異質だ。
Yeah, we kinda got that.
個を抱き、個体を維持しているのは極めて特殊な事象なんだよ。だからこそ、この状態はいつ崩れてもおかしくない。そう思っていたけれど、ついに君が君を哲学し始め。
But now you've started to philosophize about yourself. The collapse has begun. What an ominous fucking line. Allows you to explore windows into memory.
反対に、個を持ちすぎれば探索はできなくなってしまう。
Oh no.
かといって、個を失いすぎれば探索の意欲すらなくし、この奇跡的なバランスがついに崩れてしまう日。永久がおかしくなっちゃった。おかしくなったのは君の方。いや、いつも通りの君だね。そういえば聞いていなかったけれど、どうして自分の存在を不思議に思ったりしたんだい？ヨダカとにらめっこしてたら、ヨダカの目の中に、それで私だーってびっくりして、にっこりして、永久に言いたくなったの。つまり君は哲学をしていたわけではない？いや、これも一種の哲学と言えるのだけれど。
Hashtag deep.
はあ、杞憂だったようだね。 空っぽの君が高度な思考なんてできるはずもないか。
Whoa. AQ spitting facts, but at the same time, how could you?
悪口。いや、君の成長を喜んでいるんだよ。これは言うなれば、自分の手を見つけて喜ぶ赤子の反応のようなものだから。手があるのは知ってるよ。だから AQ のことを捕まえられ、それはごめんだね。あ、
Oh, it continues? Oh.
うわー！撫でるのはやめてくれっていつも言っているだろう。僕にだって
We don't get to see it. No! Our theories have survived another story. Although, to be fair, they didn't really go into any of the stuff we've theorized so far. But yeah. Although they did say that if Namae becomes too much of a person, she can't go into the memories anymore. And I think that's just the way that Namae goes into the windows of memories. You can see it when you, like, have someone walk through a labyrinth in those stages, where Namae becomes a character, and then as that character walks through the windows, so she's sort of taking on the role of that character for a moment to be able to go into those windows. So that's why she kind of needs to be like a container, like a vessel that can take on the shapes of these characters. This confirmation AQ is who you think it is. Nobody else but them could be that savage. We already know that AQ is Alina for like a long time, but they keep reconfirming it and then reconfirming it and reconfirming it. They're never gonna stop confirming it. I'm missing a... Oh yeah, it should be up here somewhere. Scene 0 part 1. Where was that? Here. Like, they've confirmed it like 20 times by now that AQ is Alina. Okay, let me check the new portraits. They might be pretty good. We have this one. Debuff hit rate 20%. Not really that important. This one. Crit rate. Okay, crit rate is also not really that important. It's also only 15%. So it should be like way more than like 20% maybe at least. Crit rate is really not it. This is the Mabayu's personal, which you can, by the way, see in its full size like this. Bam. Speed and recovery rate, sure. What else do we have? I think it was one more? Or two more? This one. Full up attack and counter attack. Damage about 7.5%. Yeah, it's bad. And then this one's also bad. Okay, okay, that was an old one from Halloween. But yeah, then not really anything. This one also debuff hit rate, yeah. Not really anything, but that's okay. Unless I missed one. But no. Our current list of... Oh, debuff hit rate here as well. Our current list of best portraits still hasn't budged. Although we did get some from My Record Arc 1 ending. There were some good portraits in there. You can see that I used some of those. But right now there's no shakeup. But yeah, and with that, I would say that we've done a pretty good job going through the story, going through Score Attack, doing stuff. When Arc 2 happens, and maybe later, so in like 3 to 4 years maybe. Might take a while, who knows. But yeah, with that, well, when's Link Raid ending? Because the next Link Raid is going to be a rematch against Sandbox Twitch 20th. Okay, so yeah, with that, I want to thank you everyone for watching. I'll see you guys again whenever the next piece of content happens, which is going to be late November. Maybe? Will it be? Probably 2 weeks from now. Maybe 28th of September might be the next character. Maybe 20th of September, not quite sure. But yeah, probably around then might be the next stream. But until then, I hope you guys are gonna have a great old time, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye! And shoutouts to my members, Chai Bean, Rip van Winkel, and Simpletor. Thank you very much, and become a member today. Or subscribe on Twitch, I don't know.